Okay. Hello, my dear students. A very good morning to you all. I'm your very own Rahul sir. And today in this video lecture, the chapter which I am going to start is tenses for standard 4. My dear students, this particular chapter has a series of different chapters. And this chapter, especially, is considered to be the most important chapter in English grammar. But I will try to make it as easy as possible for you. Means after viewing this video, I don't think this chapter will seem a problematic chapter for you guys. Like me, you will also say that this is the easiest chapter in your whole English grammar book. So without any further delay, my dear students, let's start. So tenses. What are tenses? The answer that I've written, that in English grammar, tense is mainly used to indicate time when a particular action is performed. My dear students, almost for every day we perform some or the other action. Like now, I am making this video. So this is my action. But after 1 hour, if I talk about this video, I'll say that I made a video. Or for tomorrow, I'll say I will make another video of another chapter, of course. So this action that I am performing is related to some or the other time. And the time that is mentioned of my action, of my performing action, is said to be as tense. Everybody, each and every living being performs some or the other action for the whole day. And the action that he or she is performing for the whole day is performed at a particular time, which is referred by the help of tense. So this was the simple meaning. Now, types of tense. My dear lovely students, tenses are of 3 main types. First is present tense, second is past tense, and third is future tense. Means present tense is the tense that relates the present time, action performed in the present time. Likewise, past tense relates action performed in some past time. And future tense refers to an action that is going to be performed in some future time. Now this present tense, past tense and future tense is divided into further some categories. Today we are going to understand present tense. So this present tense is further divided into 3 main types. Number 1 is simple present tense. Number 2 is present continuous tense. And number 3 is present perfect tense. In your syllabus, you need to study only the first category of present tense and the second category of present tense, not the third category. The third category you will understand in the next class, means class 5. So, we will today try to understand what actually is simple present tense. So what are simple present tense? Sentences that show habits or universal facts come under the category of simple present tense. means such type of sentences that we use to refer to a particular habit. Like, I read newspaper. This is my habit. I love teaching. This is my habit. Understood? I go for jogging every morning. This is my habit. Means the sentences that I am telling you, all these sentences, they come under the category of habit. And hence, in order to convey this sentence, I will use the simple present tense form of the present tense. Along with this, it is also used to state a universal fact. The sky is blue. It is a universal fact, my dear students. Lord Rama is a god. The earth revolves around the sun. It is a universal fact which nobody can change. And in order to convey a universal fact type of sentence, we will use simple present tense. Now we understood what actually are tenses, what are the types of tenses, and what are the subtype of those type of tenses. Now, only understanding the meaning of tense or types of tense or the meaning of subtype of tenses is not sufficient. In this chapter, the most important thing that we need to understand is the structure, how we can understand a particular sentence as simple present tense. This is very important. This is the most important part of this video lecture. So, now here, in this particular page, I have made a simple diagram in order to make you understand what we learned till now. I have written what are tenses. The answer that I have written is tenses are mainly used to indicate action, or rather time of action. Time of action. Tenses are of three types: present tense, past tense, future tense. Present tense we use to show action in present. Past tense we use to show action in past. And future tense, of course, in order to show action in future. Now this present tense is further divided in three different parts, which is simple present tense, present continuous tense, and present perfect tense. Now coming to simple present tense, today's topic is simple present tense, of course. The meaning I already told you, my dear students. I told you the meaning of simple present tense. Now, my dear lovely students, I was talking about the structure. So this is a simple chart with the help of which we will understand the structure of simple present tense. So what is this chart about? In this chart, I have made 4 different columns. In the first column, I have written subject. In the second column, I have written be verb or helping verb. All these topics we learned earlier in our previous videos, lectures. And finally comes main verb. And the fourth column is of object. Now, why only subject, then verb, and then object? Because in the very first video lecture, I told you that the basic structure of a sentence is subject plus verb plus object. And hence, the first column is subject, then be verb, then main verb, and then object. Now, subjects, I told you earlier that subjects are of 2 types, singular and plural. The examples of singular subject that I have written is I, you, he, she, it, Rahul, oblique, Sneha means name. I have put a cross mark in the be verb column. Why? Because generally, means not in all the sentence, but generally, in most of the positive sentence or assertive sentence, the be verb is not used in simple present tense. We only use the main verb, and for singular subjects I and you, the simple form of main verb is used. For example, I have written the word play. You can use read, jump, learn, swing, sleep, dance, etc. But for singular subjects like he, she, it, Rahul, or Sneha, I have used plays in spite of play. You can use reads, jumps, cooks, dances, goes, etc. Object, in the object column, I have written a big NC. Now, what is this NC? NC means not compulsory. Means it's not compulsory to mention the object. How? If I tell you, my dear students, I play, you play, he plays, she plays, this sentence is absolutely correct because I don't want to tell anyone what do I play. Simple. It's upon my wish. If I want to convey this message, I will, or if not, I will not. Likewise, in the plural subject, the examples are they, we, you. If you have noticed, I have put you in both the columns like singular and plural. This I already told you earlier that you is the only subject that can be both singular and plural. And the be verb column again is not used in simple present tense with any of the subjects I told you. And the main verb that we are going to use is again the simple form, which is play, play, and play. And finally, the object column is not compulsory in simple present tense. So I hope this particular structure is clear to you, my dear students. Now in the next video lecture, I am going to discuss the various exercises given in your book. By the time you need to complete those exercises first. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. Okay. Hello, my dear students. A very good morning to you all. I am your very own Rahul sir. And welcome to the part 2 of the video lecture of Simple Present Tense for Standard 4. In the previous part, my dear students, we discussed the basic concept of tense. I taught you about the various types of tenses, and we started simple present tense. I taught you the meaning of that and taught you the basic structure of simple present tense. Now in this video lecture, I promised to discuss the different exercises of your book. If you haven't watched the previous video, my dear students, this video lecture is just a waste of time for you. Because this video lecture is interrelated to the part 1, the previous video lecture of simple present tense. So kindly don't watch this video if you haven't watched my previous video of simple present tense. You will not understand anything. So without any further delay, let's start, my dear students. In exercise A, we just need to underline the verbs in simple present tense. It's a very simple exercise, but with the help of this particular exercise, I will try to teach you the previous structure that I taught you in the previous video. Because after this, I am not going to explain you every answer one by one. I'll just solve different answers, different questions, just with the help of these concepts that I'm going to give you now. So let's start. In number 1, first of all, the verb is play. The verb is play. But why play? Why not plays? It's simply because I told you that with singular subject I, we'll use the simple form of the main verb. That is why only play. In number 2, Shikha writes beautifully. Here the verb is writes. But why writes and why not write? Because I told you that with singular subject he, she, it, we use the S or ES form of the main verb. In number 3, we study in this school, the verb is study, but why study? Why not studies? Because I told you that with plural subject, we use the simple form of the verb. In question number 4, Ravi plays the guitar. Why plays? Why not play? Because I told you that with singular subject he or any name, means main name, we use the S or ES form of the main verb. In question number 5, Martin sings well. Why sings? Why not sing? Because it is again a name, and as I told you that with any name we use the S or ES form of the main verb. In number 6, I write with a pen. The verb is write, of course, but why write? Why not writes? Because, dear students, with singular subjects we use the simple form of the main verb. That is why write. In number 7, dirty water spreads diseases. But why spreads? Spreads, of course, is a verb, but why spreads? Why not spread? It's only because I told you that with singular subject it, we use the S or ES form of the main verb. In number 8, my father works in a factory. Works, of course, is a verb, but why works? Why not work? Because it is a singular subject coming in the category of he, and that is why works. Number 9, children drink milk. Drink is a verb, but why only drink? Why not drinks? It's only because with plural subject they, we use the simple form of the main verb. In question number 10, my sister Smita is 3 years old. Of course, the verb is. But why is? Because with singular subject, we use is in the simple present tense. Now, if you had understood the particular chart, the structure of the previous video, whatever I told you, it's clear cut to you. But if you haven't watched the previous video and haven't understood the previous the chart of the structure of simple present tense that I taught you in the previous video, I know you will not be able to understand, my dear students. Whatever I told you is all related to the chart, the structure that I taught you in the previous video lecture. Now all these concepts will be carried forward in exercise B and C. So let's start. Fill in the blanks with the simple present tense form of the verbs given in the brackets. I like milk but not tea. In number 2, monkeys eat fruits. In number 3, she plays, Plays, in the park. In number 4, I always help my mother and father. That red house belongs to us. In number 6, he lives near the railway station. In number 7, children love to play in the park. In number 8, he writes very neatly. In number 9, they always need help from their teachers. In number 10, Ravi runs very fast. Whatever I told as answer is just related to the previous chart that I explained in the previous video. I am talking about that particular chart in almost every time. It's only because that chart is very, very crucial, very important in order to make simple present tense understand to you. Now coming to exercise C, fill in the blanks with the suitable verbs in the simple present tense. Number 1, My brother wants to become a doctor. In number 2, the students keep, K-E-E-P, keep their class clean and tidy. In number 3, I read that story. Or you can also use I know, K-N-O-W, know that story. Full stop. I read it a few weeks ago. Number 4, dash your hands before you eat. Wash your hands before you eat. In number 5, dash your surroundings clean. Keep your surroundings clean. Number 6, he dash up whenever he dash an aeroplane flying above him. He watches or he looks up whenever he watches or sees, S-E-E-S, sees an aeroplane flying above him. Number 7, he dashes hands before he dash a meal. He washes his hands before he eats, E-A-T-S, eats a meal. And finally, the 8th question of this video lecture. My dog Boxer loves, L-O-V-E-S, loves to play with me. When I throw a ball in the air, he catches it in his mouth and brings, B-R-I-N-G-S, brings it back to me. Whatever I have used as answer means the form of the verb that I have used as answer is only because of that particular chart. Now with this, I would like to end this video lecture. Hope to meet you in the next video lecture where I am going to teach you present continuous tense. Till then, bye. Have a good day. Thank you.